when they're talking about organic growth. And so somebody mentioned organic growth. They said it'd be organic. It'd be organic. Well, let's put this in perspective. If they add $200 million, all right, $200 million from an acquisition that has $200 million in revenue, or they organically make $100 million, what are you going to go with? I don't care whether it was organic or it was an acquisition or a merger. It doesn't matter. The fact that they're adding value to the company, the fact that they haven't done a rug pull on us, the fact that they're trying to get to a big board and get out of the trenches of the OTC and into something better for the shareholders says a lot. And it's all about value, and they're adding value. And at the end of the day, from day one, it's a mergers and acquisitions firm. That's what we're talking about here. So, I stand by these guys. And you know what? Stop whining about the birthday cake. You got a birthday. You got a cake. Enjoy it. Jeez Louise. What is my...
Well, yeah, and E-Rock, and just to, kind of piggyback on what you're saying is I think that, what tends to happen just psychologically is that, as soon as everybody, anchors themselves to the share price and says, well, the share price is going down, ergo, that must mean that the company or the other people are doing something wrong. And that's almost not ever the case in the stock market, because usually how it works is they're telling you something's amazing when it's terrible, and they're telling you something that's terrible when it's amazing. Really, you're much better served doing the opposite of what everybody tells you.
Right now, wait, Rickers says happy birthday. And by the way, it's Rickers' birthday a couple days ago. So happy birthday to you, Rickers. So
happy birthday, Rickers. That one of the things that I enjoy so much about all of this, because again, when you're able to distance yourself emotionally from the fact that the company does not have the silver bullet to affecting the share price. If they did, they wouldn't need us. They literally have to come and court us and our money and our belief in them, because without it, then the share price can't do anything. Now, because they've been hammered, and of course, this is something external to them, now is when the rubber meets the road. And so the people that actually see this for the value that it is, and not for, another avenue or excuse to blame them or to blame other people. I especially hate it when people attack Brett Rosen. Brett Rosen's one of our biggest allies. If he had not lent us the money that he lent us, then we would still be swimming in toxic debt like so many other OTC companies. And so it seems so, just crazy to me to attack people that are basically in support of what it is that we're trying to accomplish. Is he going to make money? Oh, I hope so. I hope he makes a ton of money, because that's what we all invest for. But convertible debt basically puts you into a feedback loop of impossible profits for the regular retail people, because what they do is they keep being allowed to buy the shares at like 15 or 20% less than whatever it is. So it's in their best interest to actually run the price down. Brett's notes being actual promissory notes that are convertible at certain milestones, he can't run the price down to 2 cents and get his shares to convert at 50 cents. Yep. And then in addition to that, the people that can see through the smoke and see through the BS that's being pushed by the obvious people that it's in their best interest to short this and try to buy as many shares as they can, is that it is my belief that not only is ILUS going to uplist this year, but in order for them to be able to do this, part of it's going to be a share lockup, and that we're going to have the opportunity, and it's going to be announced only if and when they can do this at the same time, which is when they plan on doing all of it. So they're beholden to us that they have to give us some kind of quote unquote PR. But the problem with it is that they can't technically spell out the details. So they both have to keep interest in a party that's not going to happen for 2 months, but they have to make sure that people show up to the party in 2 months. Right. That's basically where they're at now. So as we get closer to the actual date that this is going to happen, which it seems like, late August, early September, based on what I've seen, that now everything that's happening is more advantageous to long-term shareholders in the company than it is to the shorts. If they were planning on doing a share buyback, having the shares at 2 cents is better than 7 cents. If they're looking to convert or buy back shares on the open market, having them lower is better. And trying to get new people to invest in your company and offering them guaranteed $2 on X date, because that's when you're going to uplist, they would prefer to have the shares at 25 cents or 14 cents or 10 cents than they would at $1.90. So even though to the retail investors who feel like they're about to be rug pulled because they've had some bad experiences in the past, all I can tell you is love is grand. And just because somebody hurt your heart doesn't mean you don't keep trying to love everyone you meet into the future. ILUS has never gone against their own best interest. They've rewarded themselves with 2 million shares to their officers of QIND shares. If they wanted their money, they would have given themselves salaries and they would have already run with the money. We are absolutely sitting in the best position ever. The only problem with it is that we're in the rowdy seats and there's a whole bunch of people spilling beer on us and telling us how shitty this game is because they're not true supporters of the team that we all showed up to watch.
And that's mild for a Bills game, actually. But no, but I think you have a really good point. Literally, that's a great point. Jord always has a great analogy. Barry the Great says, "Why doesn't management just announce a buyback on QIND? What am I missing? Seems like they are waiting to drop great news prior to uplist. I think it's a mistake because all everyone hears is reverse split." And I think, Jord, you summed it up pretty nicely. Is that it's not just about it's not just about pumping and pumping and pumping. That's the whole thing. Like they're not. It's like they're holding out information. All right, they're giving information when it's necessary. They're just not going to throw out information. And talking with JP, they just can't say whatever they want. They want to do everything the right way.